Okay, I'll admit it. This looks a little ugly. But even so, this is the coin that I'm most excited about this year. I'll explain why as we explore. Here's an overall look of the rendering for the United States Mint of the 2023 American Liberty. Before we get into this, let's take a look at the rendering and explain exactly what's going on here. This is the bristlecone pine. I'm going to explain why they chose this in a moment. But this part here was the part that I was most concerned about because this is an image of the line art, which actually looks better, gives you a better understanding of what the leaves are going to look like on this bristlecone pine. And but it didn't translate very well in the rendering, which this is fairly close to what the actual gold coin is going to look like. It looks like just a conglomerated mess. It almost looks like the clickers, what comes out of the head of the clickers in The Last of Us. If you've watched that series on HBO, that kind of what it looks like. That's kind of what this looks like. So it's not the best representation, I think, of the bristlecone pine. But nonetheless, it is what it is. And overall, I'm fairly pleased with it. Let's reference an article here from coinnews.net that talks about this. The images have been revealed for both the gold and silver medals for the 2023 American Liberty gold coin and silver medal. And these are going to be released sometime this summer. Each is produced in a collectible finish of proof. The collectible finish of proof, which features mirror-like backgrounds and frosted foregrounds. The gold coin struck at the West Point Mint. The silver medal will be struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The gold coin is also minted in high relief. Both are part of the Mint program of American Liberty products. Coins and medals from the program are noted for their unique design, where obverses carry modern interpretations of liberty and reverses will depict eagles. And I like this program. There's been some controversial issues in the past for their design and how they've chosen to represent liberty. This one is going to be no exception in my view. In fact, some of you will probably hate this design. I'm sure the many in the comments, and I want to hear your views. Always interested in what you think about the designs of coins. If I like them and you don't like them, feel free to speak your mind. I think this is an exciting choice, and I like the rendition here, but I think they probably could have chosen a little bit better example of the bristlecone pine for composition, and I'll get into that in a moment. Designs for the 23 pairing were selected from among several dozen design candidates. And let's take a moment to kind of go back and look at what some of these candidates were. Not very good choices that were available for 2023. In fact, I think the bristlecone pine among these five is definitely the best of the choosings there. I mean, this is horrible. The theme was enduring liberty, liberty persevering, and as you can see here, here's a bristlecone pine. But again, though I like the idea of the bristlecone pine and what it represents, they can live up to 5,000 years. These are the oldest living organisms on Earth. Yes, indeed, and they grow in places where other plants cannot. And so we shall persevere. Now, this is an okay design, but still, it's kind of more about women's suffrage other than, enduring of liberty. There's a lot better examples. In fact, this is probably the best example, I think. But nonetheless, this design isn't terribly bad, but still not that great, I don't think. Rock climber, meh, I don't know. A kid rock climbing, I don't know, just doesn't do it for me. And these aren't too bad, but still, I think in a sense, kind of the torch by itself maybe would be a better way. And breaking the chains, this may be something for, for other themes that could be recognized there. Again, with another horse in this one, and this is more of a pilgrim theme. Several of those with the pilgrim theme never really have got that. I guess that it endures that long journey for the first, settlers here to escape religious persecution, I guess. This design is not too bad. I guess I probably would have liked this one. Would have been a close second choice for the pairing of these two. I don't know that I'm a big fan of this either, but nonetheless, these are the other examples. We can kind of go on down here the line and see these, but let's focus again more on what this is about. So, Artistic Confusion Program designer Elana Hagler and sculpted by U.S. Mint chief engraver Joseph Mena. The obverse design features this bristlecone pine, and bristlecone pines grow, because we talked about that. And essentially, but this is what it looks like for the silver medal, and we're going to look at it for the coin and the silver medal. And you can see that the silver medal, it appears to look a little bit different. Look at this indentation here in the silver medal that's not here in the gold. So it's slightly different. In fact, I think the way that it's portrayed in the silver medal rendering is closer. I think that looks closer to what it's hard probably to do. I can't imagine sculpting that on metal, but I think that looks really cool on the silver medal, better than on the gold. But again, being high relief, maybe they had to do it a little bit differently here, but some of the patterns are different on the silver medal than on the gold. So moving back here to the article, the gold and silver medal shall share obverse inscriptions of liberty in the date. In addition, but different inscriptions. The coin has "In God We Trust" and a W Mint mark, and the medal has "We Shall Persevere" and the P Mint mark. I think really perseverance would have been a better word choice, that you just say perseverance rather than "We Shall Persevere," which what I would have rather have seen. Now let's go on to the reverse side. Created by U.S. Mint Artistic Confusion Program designer John P. McGraw, the reverse depicts a young bald eagle standing on a rocky outcropping moments before it takes flight. I like this design. The only thing is that the rock outcropping almost seems a bit too jagged, like looks like a crystal rather than a rock. If you look at here, look at that rock outcropping here where the tree is coming out. I think it should be more rugged to fall in line with the obverse rather than this kind of smooth crystal-like structure. That's the only thing that I have against this reverse. I think in some ways, picking different designers is a problem because you don't have the continuity from obverse to reverse. But other than that, I like this. The eagle looks strong. I think in a sense, though, I guess, anatomically, it almost appears the talons are too big here, but maybe that's just me. But other than that, I like the looks of this. I like the wording behind the United States of America wrapping around. Great design elements for sure. Beautifully done here in both of these pieces. So there you go. Reverse inscriptions for the gold include United States of America, 1 ounce, 4/9 fine gold, $100. And then just the United States of America on the silver. And another difference between the two, the gold coin has a reeded edge, while the silver medal's edge is flat. That typically is the case. It's not too often that you see coins in general have a smooth edge unless they have edge lettering on them, aside for the early versions of the Sacagawea dollar. But you don't see coins or medals have reeded edges. The pricing for the 2023 American Liberty Gold Coin will be determined by market conditions and the Mint's pricing matrix for precious metal products. The 2023 American Liberty Coin, gold coin, silver medal will be $82. That's kind of strange wording. It's not a gold coin. It's the American Liberty silver medal will be $82. It's very interesting indeed. If you look back through the previous designs that we see here, it starts with 2015 and 16 with the American Liberty. This is pretty controversial. To me, she looked like a young Angelina Jolie. But this design looks pretty cool, and there's some elements of somewhat kind of cartoonish kind of look to it. But other than that, I think it looks good. The eagle on the reverse of this coin was immaculate. Amazing looking eagle on that. And then we had the 2017 American Liberty Anniversary Medal. Controversial if it's a showing of a what we thought at the time was going to be every other year going to be a different cultural and racial representation of liberty. I'm glad they didn't do that, but this design has grown on me. The line art originally showed her looking a lot more angry, but it does certainly represent the stereotypes of black women, and I think in a sense, in that regard, some may be offended by that, but nonetheless, some people say it's kind of woke in nature. You can make a pretty cogent argument for that, but we won't get into that in this video. But moving ahead, we have other numismatic here pieces from the 2021 American Liberty, which was controversial, showing an animal, bucking the yoke of I guess oppression or non-representation by England at the time. So that's what represented there, the wild Mustang. Fascinating indeed. Now this coin actually won the Coin of the Year award, and it's an okay design. I like it to some extent. I'm not a big fan of that eagle on the reverse. I think eagles faces, getting that close and what have you. I think it only works for some time. It just really didn't work for this medal. That essentially looked like the head side, but it is what it is. Not too terribly of a bad coin. So here we go. We've got the 2023 image, and we can take a look at this eagle closer here, and you can see the details. But I'm looking forward to this coin. Image is being released, and I think it's the one that I'm the most excited about. It'll be fascinating to see. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Are you a fan of this design? Do you think it's just crap? Let me know, especially with this kind of showing the foliage here. I don't think that's going to translate well on a coin. It doesn't look good on the rendering either. The trunks, everything do look great, but other than that, let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. Hope you found this video entertaining and exciting and informative. I'd like to extend a multitude of gratitude to you all for taking the time to watch, and encourage you to please rate, share, comment, and subscribe.